we are a culture chained to a desk, right? So we have a desk here, and we have a chair, nice chair. Okay, and then if we draw our human, the human is sitting at the desk like this, and probably more like this. And that makes things worse. But what happens is you can develop these issues called upper cross and lower cross syndrome. And the cross is essentially like this. So when we're seated here, there's this group of muscles that get adaptively shortened, or they get short and tight versus long and weak. So the glutes become long and weak, the psoas become short and tight, hamstrings become long and weak, the erectors become short and tight, the quads often are short and tight. So when this person stands up, it looks like they are wearing high heels even though they're not. So if we stand them up, they kind of look like if your pelvis is a bowl, a normal looking pelvis from the side should be even like this with your legs coming down. Okay. And then, you have your low back, your lumbar spine here, and we're going up, then you have your thoracic spine and your neck and your head's up here. Okay. That would be normal, not drawn to scale. But if we draw a pelvis if we've got this person with lower cross syndrome, their pelvis looks tipped forward as if they're wearing high heels. So then we've got, and this is exaggerated so you can see it, legs going down, but you can see, and this person, if their pelvis is a bowl, they're spilling water out the front, right? And so they might have, a pretty kind of bulbous booty there. And then the hamstrings come down. It's kind of like what happens when you're wearing high heels, right? If we had a high heel here, why do women wear high heels? Because it makes the calves and the buttocks look better. Okay. Well, if you have lower cross syndrome, that happens too, because of we draw the lumbar spine here coming up. Okay, you have the psoas muscles coming off the front of the lumbar spine to the leg that are short and tight. You've got the long, weak glutes and hamstrings. You've got the short, tight quads, the short, tight low back muscles. So you can see I need a different color here. You can see the X is the short, tight is this leg. Okay, and the long, weak is this leg. And the one I didn't draw there, sorry, for the long, weak is your abs, your core muscles. So sitting is driving that lower cross syndrome. So sitting can drive low back pain because of this adaptive shortening and lengthening imbalance between your muscles. It's a muscular imbalance. So that can drive low back pain. That drives a weak core because we're not using it, right? We're sitting all day. It drives weak glutes because we're not using them. We're sitting on them all day. Then you get up from work and you go home and you sit and watch TV and you go to bed and you do it all again. And then on the weekend, you might become a weekend warrior and play adult sports or help your neighbor with their refrigerator, bringing their new refrigerator in the house, and then you injure your back, right? And it's like, well, what the heck? Even if you look good in a bathing suit and you have the six pack and you have whatever, why am I hurt? I have a six pack. Well, your core is a lot more than a six pack, right? Beneath that, you've got this underlying muscular imbalance that was setting you up for failure. So, this is one way that sitting trashes our low back. And so the research shows that if you take little micro breaks which is like set an alert for every 30 to 40 minutes for an alarm to go off on your wristwatch or on your computer or whatever. And you just get up and you go to get a drink, or you go to the bathroom, or you just take a lap around the living room if you're working from home. The research shows that many micro breaks during the day is better for your health if you're sitting at a desk all the time than taking no breaks in an 8-hour day and then going to the gym for 2 hours after work. It's actually better for you to do the many micro breaks. And of course, if you go to the gym too, but from a spine perspective, from an energy perspective, from a focus perspective, just those one time an hour getting up and walking around, people report at the end of the day that they have much more energy at the same end of the same workday than they do if they don't get up in those mini micro breaks. So preserve your cognition, preserve your low back, preserve your energy, and in doing all that, you're feeling better and probably preserving your relationships just by taking many micro breaks throughout your day.